pretty boy, James Harden. Ain't I not your boy?
What's good with your team, Tommy? Today we got when Michael Jordan bullied Larry Bird and instantly regretted it. Tommy's not going to get the yapping. I'm not going to start yapping this time. We'll go straight into the video.
You are currently looking at a 21-year-old Michael Jordan, a kid who is fresh off his junior season at North Carolina and has yet to play in a single NBA game. You are also currently looking at a 27-year-old Larry Bird, who is in his prime. Looking at this matchup on paper, this should have been no contest. Jordan was the leader of the 1984 Olympic team, a team made up of college kids, while Bird, he was leading a team full of NBA All-Stars who were supposed to toughen up the college kids before the Olympics and show them what life in the NBA was like. Only that's not what happened. Instead, Michael would go on to embarrass Larry and in turn created a rivalry that Michael himself would regret, because sure, Mike put up individual numbers against Bird and the Celtics that were absurd, but as you are about to see, during his time in the NBA, Michael Jordan eventually got the best of basically every star he ever faced off against except for one, and that man is Larry Bird. Now, you guys may remember this sequence from The Last Dance, and I'm going to explain to you why it's so meaningful.
Enjoy yourself, dog. Y'all gave us the run for our money. Yeah. Now you can work on that golf game of yours.
As you just saw, Michael cursed out a then head coach of the Indiana Pacers version of Larry Bird after the 1998 Eastern Conference Finals, where the Pacers took the Bulls to 7 games. Now, Michael said these curses with a smile, but there was no joking when it came to Michael Jordan and basketball. Mike was this hyped to beat Larry because after taking him down in that Olympic exhibition game, in all reality, Jordan would never really get the best of Larry again, and instead it was Larry Bird who would get his revenge. So what's up, guys? Mike here, and today we are taking a deep dive on the story between Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, an underrated rivalry that again could possibly be the only rivalry that Michael Jordan was ever.
Oh, who just fell?
There are some absolutely crazy stories in this video.
Who just fell right there?
Love it. Underrated rivalry that
Who's
again
that?
Could possibly be the only rivalry that Michael Jordan was ever vested in. There are some absolutely crazy stories in this video. I know you're gonna love it. I do want to say though, guys, that episode 7 of my podcast Laced Up is out right now. In that episode, we talked about the NBA MVP and we did a huge NBA playoff preview. Make sure to go check it out. The link is in the description. And remember, if you go to the Laced Up podcast channel, if you subscribe and turn on post notifications, you are going to be entered to win a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. That is a pretty sweet deal for just a few clicks of a button. So guys, go check out the podcast, link in the description. And now let's talk about this video. Let's set the stage with the 1984 Olympic team and the NBA All-Stars. Because you see, in order to get his team ready for the 1984 Olympics, Bob Knight scheduled 8 exhibitions with current NBA players, including several current All-Stars and future Hall of Famers. Now remember, at this point in time, only college kids could play in the Olympics. However, it was expected that these college kids would lose to the NBA All-Stars, right? Well, we'll get into that, but this also led to the first documented Michael.
No, hold on. I didn't know that, Team Tommy. I didn't know only college players could play in the Olympics.
In this game, the NBA All-Star starting lineup featured future 3-time NBA champion John Paxson, 3-time All-Star Mark Aguirre,
who's Aguirre?
3 Hall of Famers in Robert Parrish, Isaiah Thomas, and of course, Larry Bird. Meanwhile, the Olympic team had 3 future Hall of Famers in Michael Jordan, Chris Mullin, and Patrick Ewing, but these were just college kids and they had no business really competing with NBA All-Stars. The Olympic team actually went 8-0 against 8 separate teams of NBA stars. As we all know, Michael Jordan was not the number 1 or number 2 pick in the 1984 draft, but playing for Bob Knight, Jordan established himself as a dominant force, and it was clear this guy was going to make a huge impact in the league right away, and he did, as Mike would average over 28 points per game.
That boy was dark.
Now, because of this, Larry Bird saw Jordan as a threat. He saw him as a young kid who was going to try to come in and take over the league that Bird was currently dominating. Remember, Larry was the MVP in 1984, and he would actually win MVP in 1985 and 1986 as well. This meant
kind of besides the point.
Was at his apex.
But do you guys feel like if you live like south, or if you live in the Carolinas, does the Carolinas count as south? I don't know. But if you live like in the south, or if you live like even like lower West Coast, like let's say you live in like, let's say you live in, even like, let's say you live, well, I guess Texas is south. I don't know, bro. I feel like you're just automatically, so like the way he looks here, but he looks darker than when he played in Chicago. So like I feel like if you live in like the Midwest, or if you live in like north, so like let's say, bro, I'm in Ohio. I feel like if you live in compared like Ohio, Illinois, compared to living in Texas, living in Louisiana, you're lighter up here. I feel like. Am I spitting facts or am I capping? My bad, Team Tommy. I didn't realize I had my I had the video game in the background. My bad. I turned it off. But am I spitting facts, Team Tommy, or am I capping? Like, but he looks darker than when he played in Chicago. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm fried. I don't know. I feel like if you play in even like Georgia, if you're in Georgia, I don't know. I could be capping. I could be capping.
However, it was expected that these college kids would lose to the NBA All-Stars, right? Well, we'll get into that, but this also led to the first documented Michael Jordan versus Larry Bird matchup on July 9th, 1984. In this game, the NBA All-Star starting lineup featured future three-time NBA champion John Paxson, three-time All-Star Mark Aguirre, and 3 Hall of Famers in Robert Ewing, but these were just college kids and they had no business really competing with NBA All-Stars. The Olympic team actually went 8-0 against 8 separate teams of NBA stars. As we all know, Michael Jordan was not the number 1 or number 2 pick in the 1984 draft, but playing for Bob Knight, Jordan established himself as a dominant force, and it was clear this guy was going to make a huge impact in the league right away, and he did, as Mike would average over 28 points per game as a rookie. Now, because of this, Larry Bird saw Jordan as a threat. He saw him as a young kid who was going to try to come in and take over the league that Bird was currently dominating. Remember, Larry was the MVP in 1984, and he would actually win MVP in 1985 and 1986 as well. This meant that Larry Legend was at his apex, and he wanted Michael Jordan to know this was his league, which meant, according to Sports Illustrated, during the pregame warmups in Indy, Jordan had chased a ball to the NBA end, whereupon Bird controlled it. Did Bird hand it to Jordan? He did not. Without a smile, Bird kicked the ball over Jordan's head back to the Olympians' end. Jordan didn't seem surprised, he just shook his head. 4 nights later,
that's
when
disrespectful.
Jordan crashed to the floor in Milwaukee and Johnson paused to help him up, the NBA coach waved Johnson off. Get away from him, he's been over our backs all night, shouted none other than Oscar Robertson. Looking at Larry Bird specifically here, you heard that right. When a ball bounced to the NBA All-Star side and Michael Jordan went to retrieve it, Larry Bird did not give it to him, instead he kicked it over Michael Jordan's head. With this, Larry was telling Mike, I don't care who you are, you're going to have to earn respect in the NBA, and it's going to be tough.
I mean, it's okay at what if, but what if that ball would have smacked him in his forehead or something when he kicked it?
Michael Jordan would embarrass the NBA All-Stars, including Larry Bird. Mike would help lead the Olympic team to a win as he showcased his jaw-dropping athleticism and his ability to already seemingly score at will. And of course, it wouldn't be a Michael Jordan game if there was not a huge highlight, which came in the form of this absolutely monster dunk over Robert Reed. Now, as for what Mike thought about Larry's actions during warm-ups, he would later say, quote, Bird was showing me it was all business now and I was beneath him. I didn't forget. Which means, I guess you could say, Michael Jordan took this personal. But the thing is, Larry Bird took this personal too. Remember, Larry was in his absolute prime at this point, but so were several Hall of Fame guards and forwards, and as I'm about to show you, Michael would eventually get the best of all of these players, because when Michael entered the NBA, 4 guards/forwards would make the first team All-NBA in Michael's first 2 seasons. And guys, before we continue quickly, remember on this channel right here, if you also subscribe and turn on post notifications, once we hit 1 point at Dominique's number in the regular season and in the playoffs against Dominique, for his career, Michael beat him in everything. Wins, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, points, you name it. Michael had Dominique's number in the regular season, and in the playoffs, the 2 matched up once and Mike's Bulls swept Dominique. Moving on to Magic Johnson. Michael barely snuck out a win difference in the regular
Hold on. Did we miss Isaiah Thomas?
Who are also entered for this
No,
game.
bro. But I'm sorry, we just don't really care too much about the
Continuing on,
giveaway.
these men were
Oh,
Larry
that's
Bird,
nice.
Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, and Dominique Wilkins. Now, as you can see against Dominique, for his career, Michael beat him in everything. Wins, rebounds,
Yeah,
assists,
damn.
steals, blocks, points, you name it. Michael had Dominique's number in the regular season.
52% is
Playoffs,
crazy.
Two matched up once, and Mike's Bulls swept Dominique. Moving on to Magic Johnson. Michael barely snuck out a win difference in the regular season, and I would say certainly he had better overall numbers, but what was most important was, in their one meeting in the NBA Finals, Jordan dominated and the Bulls won Mike's first championship in 5 games. So again, advantage Mike. This brings us to Isaiah Thomas, the one other name on this list that actually has an argument for besting Mike. Now, in the regular season, Isaiah did win more games, but again, I'd say Mike had better numbers, and then in the playoffs, Mike's numbers were clearly better, but Isaiah does have the win differential here.
All right, so I feel like the win differential goes to teams. I can't lie. I feel like that goes to teams, but like everything else is like
Eastern Conference Finals after years of losing to them. A revenge that was so sweet that the Pistons refused to shake hands with the Bulls after they were swept. This revenge makes all the difference because in Michael's matchups against Larry Bird, when looking at them head to head, we can see that in the regular season, Larry bested Mike in the wins column and put up similar numbers other than score. Then in the playoffs, bam, Bird's Celtics took down Jordan's Bulls all 6 times they played, and even though Mike had some absurd games, including of course his 63-point out.
Larry has the wins, but bro, I feel like Michael has better numbers. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Larry and his team always
This one could, the playoffs could go back and forth, but like if you go back,
Jordan
hold
would
on.
never get revenge. Larry would took down Jordan head to head. We can see that in the regular season, Larry bested Mike in the wins.
But this looks like Michael had better numbers. I can't lie. Like obviously Larry has better has a better win loss ratio, but I'm taking Michael's numbers in the regular season over Bird's. I can't lie.
Column and put up similar numbers other than score. Then in the playoffs, bam, Bird's Celtics took
I can't
down
lie.
Jordan's Bulls all 6 times they played, and even though
But I feel like this is kind of even. This is kind of even. Because I mean, bro, he averaged basically 13 more points than Larry. But Larry, these 3 categories are huge. These are practically the same. This is definitely better. I feel like this is even.
Mike had some absurd games,
but obviously the
including, of course,
win-loss
his
isn't.
63-point outburst against the 1986 Celtics, where Larry would call Michael Jordan God disguised as Michael Jordan. Larry and his team always got the best of Michael, and that never changed. Jordan would never get revenge over Larry Bird, which is, of course, not only extremely rare, but makes Larry one of a kind. And the thing is, Mike acknowledged this. When Larry eventually retired, Michael would make this statement: Larry, I hear that you're retiring. Thank goodness, I'm glad. I'm tired of seeing your face. You brought a lot of sad memories for me. I enjoyed it, and I wish you a lot of luck, and I think you had a great and wonderful career. You ruined a lot of my successful games against the Boston Celtics. Some great words and some telling words, because we can see here, Larry Bird was really the one guy that Michael Jordan never got. And sure, Larry Bird's Celtics were better than Michael Jordan's Bulls early on, but that was the case of a lot of teams when Michael Jordan entered the NBA. The thing is, Mike got revenge on every single one of those teams except for the Celtics and Bird. This already is huge, and I think because of this, Mike not only had the ultimate respect for Larry, but he also openly admitted that he learned a lot from him, especially in the matter of getting into his opponent's heads. Mike has stated, Larry Bird is the greatest trash talker and mind game player of all time. He taught me everything I know about getting in folks' heads. This was certainly true. During his time in the NBA, Mike watched as Larry did the following thing.
Damn, hold on.
Larry Bird trash talking.
So do you guys feel like if Larry Bird never taught Michael Jordan how to trash talk, you guys feel like Michael would have punched Steve Kerr in his mouth? I guess we'll never know, but wow.
Stories, as there are a ton, but number one, in Mike's rookie year, Larry was playing the Atlanta Hawks and dropped 60 points, an amazing feat that was even more incredible because according to Doc Rivers, quote, the last shot he said in the trainer's lap coming down the court, which meant it was going to be a three and it was going to be from deep. And then he said, who wants it? Then I think Reggie Brown, I'm not sure who it was, ran out after him. He shot this high rainbow, it goes in, Reggie bumps into him and accidentally knocks him on our trainer's lap. Yes, Larry Bird actually landed in the trainer's lap, scored 60 points on the Atlanta Hawks.
Damn.
As the Atlanta Hawks bench celebrated.
Nah, 60 is stupid.
Amazing. Story number two, of course, Larry went into the locker room before the 1988 three-point contest, asked everyone competing who is coming in second, then proceeded to keep his warm-up jacket on and win the contest on this final shot.
This is a tie for the money. Yo! At the buzzer with the
No, that's hard.
Then, of course, we have number three, an absolute classic, as on Christmas Day in 1990, Larry went up to Indiana Pacer Chuck Person before the game and said, hey Chuck, I have a Christmas present for you. Then, during that game, he pulled a three in Chuck's face and said, Merry Christmas, as he drained it. These are just three of the legendary trash talking stories that Larry Bird racked up during his NBA career, and I wanted to highlight them because Michael saw what Larry was doing. Michael saw how effective this trash talking was and began to do the same. He saw that Larry played mind games with his opponents and that this paid off big time, and so Michael developed his own style of getting into his opponents' heads and even went as far as befriending Charles Barkley during the 1993 NBA Finals, taking him golfing before Game 4 of those finals and giving him a $20,000 earring so that Chuck would lose his competitive edge. That's right, when asked why he did this, Mike supposedly said, he won't get in my way the rest of the series, what's $20,000 to me? Charles thinks we're great friends. I hate that fat An absolutely incredible story.
No, that's OD.
Michael himself
That's OD.
learned from Larry. He learned how to get into his opponent's heads, and this paid off big time as his career progressed. Which brings us to my final thoughts. What should we take away from this video? Well, to me, I think it's remarkable that the one guy that Michael Jordan could never best was Larry Bird, and maybe, of course, if Larry Bird's back did not give out, Michael would have gotten his chance to take down Bird because his career would have been longer. But it can also be said that if Larry's back held up, he would have been better, he would have stayed in his MVP form, and it could have been the Celtics who were beating the Bulls in the playoffs in the late 1980s, so Larry could have even gained a larger advantage on Jordan. We'll never know for sure there. What we do know is that in an extremely rare occurrence, it was an opponent who took things personal against Michael Jordan and actually got the better of him. Yes, Larry Bird took the loss in that 1984 exhibition game, but then after that, he did not do a whole lot more losing, especially in the playoffs. 6-0 for Larry Bird and the Celtics. That is something that Larry Bird will take to his grave and is the reason why Michael was so hyped to beat Larry Bird when Larry was a coach. Finishing up here though, I do also think it's awesome that Mike really held no hard feelings against Larry. Sure, he is a competitive psychopath and always wanted to beat Larry, but he has openly praised Larry Bird. He has openly said that he has learned from Larry Bird, and he has said that he used this knowledge to help himself become the greatest basketball player of all time. With that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and also go check out my podcast and subscribe and turn on post notifications there. You're going to be entered to win a PS5 or an Xbox Series.
Well, guys, if you guys want to go see well, no, this video is definitely, it's old, so you guys won't win the PlayStation or Xbox. But the original video is by Mike Korzimba, with a K. Korzimba. But I mean, so I'm taking it that Michael's, the time that he bullied Larry was that first game. Then he just never beat him again. That's why he regrets it maybe. This wasn't enough to move him up to number 1. Let's do this again. Michael, Larry, LeBron. Dude, are we putting Kobe number 4? You know what? Let's figure out these last two. There's a lot of people, but let's figure out these last two. All right, we have. All right, let's do this too. Let's do this too. Magic Johnson stats. Let's do this. And then we'll look up Kobe Bryant. Hey. These ads off. I think we have to do what's his name? Tim Duncan. Cause I don't know. Is Tim Duncan better than Shaq? I guess we'll see. We'll see. Tim Duncan, Dr. J. All right, we're gonna have to scrunch this. Is there a way to make it smaller? Oh, fried. Do not mean to do that. These ads off. Oh, my bad, Team Tommy. I got OCD. All right, we know that this is Dr. J. We know we can see it right there. Actually, Houdini. His name is Houdini. Shaquille O'Neal. Who else? Who else, Team Tommy? Whoa, sir. Um, hey. Bro. Yo, my computer's tweaking, guys. Sorry. All right, we'll just do this. Who else? Kareem. Damn. All right, yeah, that's a little too small. All right, my computer's tweaking now. My computer's tweaking. It said I'm not allowed to have this many tabs open. Isn't that something? All right, we know this is Kareem down here. Bro, oh my God. It's because of this doo-doo Wi-Fi, bro. It's not my PC, bro. It's the Wi-Fi. Okay. So if we're damn. All right, I kind of think Magic's out. Yeah, if we're just looking at this, Magic's out. How many finals? Well, bro, the thing with Magic too, bro, his finals, bro, his teams were insane. Oh, those are just pages. Those aren't like his actual. Yeah, I think Magic's out. Sorry. Where is it gonna show? This is what I wanted to see. He's got MVP 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's finals though. That's finals. That's finals. That's finals. That's finals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he does have 3. 5 championships. We'll keep him in consideration. We'll keep him in consideration. But dude, he's had really good teams. So like, I don't know, man. Dude, get these ads off. Really. This is Tim Duncan. He has 5. But I can't lie, Tim Duncan might be out. Oh, but I mean, looking at stats, he only has 3 championships though. All right, we know Shaq has really good numbers. Four championships. Okay. I think Shaq's is better than Julius Erving's for sure. Even his numbers were. Damn. Well, they have more awards. He has 5 championships though. Ooh, these 3 have 5. See, the thing with Kobe, I mean, we know that he was pretty good on defense, but majority of his stuff is for scoring. But like we know he was good on defense, bro. They should have steals up here too. Should show steals. Kareem. Let's look at Kareem. It's the last one. See, I think Kareem's is better than Kobe's. Dude, imagine playing this many games and still averaging that. That's insane. Bro, oh my God. But it has to be Kareem 4. Has to be Kareem 4. All right, Michael, Larry, LeBron, Kareem. All right, we know Kareem's 4. We can take him out. Shaq. All right, honestly, if we looked at stats, I don't think Tim Duncan's in this conversation anymore if we look at stats. He was a very great team leader, and he was a great team player, but if we're looking at stats, see it. This is for the top 5, though. I'm not talking crazy about any of these people, bro. We know that they're all good. This is literally just about top 5. Magic, you're low-key saved because you had so many assists. Who you guys taking? Shaq or Mr. Irving? I think low-key Shaq. I think Shaq. Magic, you're gone. See ya. See ya. This conversation is a little too bro. Can I not even move it? It said, please don't kick me out. Bro, get him out. Bro, it's not even like up top of it's right here. Alright. Let's see. I like Kobe's more than Julius Erving's, I can't lie. And the thing with Kobe too, bro, he played in more of the modern era. So I can't lie. Now, if we're putting this into perspective, of course, like, bro, Kobe had to deal with way. I'm sorry. He definitely put against better dribblers and better like better players. All in all, I'm sorry. Yeah, he gotta go. Even like with accolades. All right, let's move it down to accolades because right now Julius Erving's going. I mean, he made it in. He made it in the top 10. But I think he's gone. Dude, but his awards. All right. I'm analyzing. I'm analyzing all of what I'm looking at right now. Shaq is above Julius Erving. So if Shaq is above Julius Erving, and I was low-key gonna put Julius Erving above Kobe, but Kobe definitely has better stats. All right, no. Kobe's above Julius Erving at this point. I can't lie. Kobe's above Julius Erving. So if Kobe and Shaq are above Julius Erving, all right. So hold on. All right, we're gonna have to figure out. We're gonna have to figure out. Is it Kobe? Is it Kobe? Or is it Shaq? Is it Kobe or Shaq? We can make these a little bit bigger. Is it Kobe or Shaq? Shaq has 4. Kobe has 5. That 5 is kind of big. They won 2 together. Shaq's stats look better. Let's see who made more money. Kobe ran his pockets. And he stayed on one team. Boy was bouncing. Pause. No Diddy. Did I want to put Shaq up there? But I think it's Kobe. I think it's Kobe. All right. Michael, Larry, LeBron. Who do we say is four? Kareem. Michael, Larry, LeBron, Kareem, Kobe, Shaq, Julius Erving, Magic Johnson. I'm trying to think. Who else. Is Tim Duncan the next one? Or am I missing somebody? Who am I missing? Okay. We didn't even look at Bill Russell. We didn't even look at Bill Russell. Nah, yeah, we're okay. We're okay. We're looking at this. We're okay. Now, 22 boards is insane. $11, bro. You gotta think too. This is when people were racist. This is when people were very racist. They don't even got his pay up there. So he only played for the Hawks and the Celtics. Damn. All right, it's going to be kind of hard not to put him at number 5. Huh. All right. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Bro, do I put... We didn't look at Wilt Chamberlain either, bro. Dang! This should go on all day, Team Tommy. But I just kind of feel like Wilt Chamberlain never dropped that 100-point game. Like, you telling me nobody had... Ooh. Nah, Wilt's stats are stupid. Wilt's stats are stupid. Wow. He only has 2 championships. I'm sorry, you can't be top 5. You only have 2. Sorry. The people we're talking about right now have at least 4 or 5. Okay. Michael, Larry, LeBron, Kareem, respectively, Bill Russell, respectively. Kobe, I'm kind of thinking Shaq and then Wilt. I'm kind of thinking Shaq and then Wilt. Magic Johnson. Tim Duncan. It's a hard. It's kind of hard once you get past the three, bro. It's kind of hard once you get past the three. Like, well, I hope you enjoyed Team Tommy. Hope you have a great day today. Hope it's sunny where you're at, and if it's raining, take that as a blessing because there's some places that don't ever get rain. Yeah, Team Tommy. Love, peace, and chicken grease.